start the recording. And we're just going to launch. And I'm in a hauler. So the first ship you get is a Sidewinder. I got the Sidewinder. Then I bought an Adder. Then I bought a Cobra Mark III because Cybele recommended that. And then I wanted to do more exploring. And to explore you need a longer jump range. So I bought this one, which is a hauler. And I'm not using it to haul cargo. I'm just using it for the jump range to get out and explore. And I've actually been outside the bubble a few times.
Oh, very cool. Hey, can you like send data from one ship to another if it's has the same capabilities?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I know you can send messages back and forth between people, but I don't know about data.
I wonder, like, you know, like offloading from one ship to another.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not. I guess that'd be asking a lot.
All right.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is still scary to me.
Yeah, kind of scary to me.
Especially this part when you jump in.
Fuel scooping complete.
All right. So now I'm going to fly away from the star a little bit. Because I'll tell you what, I've cooked myself at a few stars, and I thought it was going to blow up. I got too close. I didn't know which way to turn. I screwed it all up. And sparks started flying and smoke starts coming out of the panel. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my full spectrum scanner. And you'll see down below down here, everything is already identified. But if these planets didn't show down here, there would be little waveforms. And then I would have to locate them myself. But what this is showing me is that where I'm at in the spectrum right now, those are asteroid clusters. These are high metal content worlds. These are worth money to scan, surface map. The rocky bodies are worth nothing. Icy bodies are worth nothing. Rocky ice worlds are virtually worth nothing. But these water worlds, terraformable water worlds, and Earth-like worlds are worth the most. And then these gas giants might pay a little bit. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'll get out of this. So I have nothing to scan here. But if this didn't show up, I would go to the waveforms and I would find everything. Like there's 34 bodies in here. I'd have to locate all 34. And that would pay extra money eventually. But I don't need to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is pull up the system map. And I'm going to look at it in a slightly different way. Instead of looking at it like this, I'm going to use this orrery, which shows me how things spin around.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And this marker shows me where I am. And I'm actually going to fly out. This is a rocky ice world. I don't want to do that. It's a high metal content world. But this is the big prize, this guy. So I'm just going to mark that as my destination. And I'm going to fly out there right away. It's only 47 light seconds away. So we're going to fly out there. We'll locate it. There it is. And engage the engines. And this is a little bit scary the first few times too, because you have to get pretty close. Now you see my display? My display has D-scanner on the left and surface scanner on the right. So the detailed surface scanner I use with I've got it bound to my left mouse button, and the surface scanner is bound to my well, actually, I take that back. It depends on how you set things up, and if you're playing with a joystick, a HATS, HOTAC system, then it'll be different for you. But anyway, I've got to fly pretty close to the planet, and I'm watching that red surface scanner out of range message in the lower right side of the screen. And when that changes from out of range to going too fast, I'm going to hit the brakes.
Okay.
So I'm 1.6, and that will probably happen around 0.3, 0.2, somewhere in there. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. This is always scary, flying straight at a planet. And 0.6 light seconds, 0.5 light seconds. Oh, it's already been mapped. There, it said too fast. Now this one has already been mapped. Meaning I've already been here. I've already done this one. I had this in my system.
Oh, it's like a
Yeah.
pre-programmed destination.
Well, I've already been here. I've already mapped this. So I've already gone through this territory. If I didn't have this in my computer already, if I didn't already have this in my computer, it wouldn't show up with this latitude longitude grid pattern on it. Yeah. So I'm going to do something else then. Let's go to the galaxy map. Let's see where we're at. This is 6, almost 7 light years away. I'm going to fly there. And actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up a tool. I have another tool, and this is the trick with Elite Dangerous. You use a lot of additional tools, outside tools. And what this just did, this just loaded up a program called ED Scout, which you run separately. And I think what I'm going to do, let's see, how do I do this again? I think I needed another tool. Yes. This tool, the Road to Riches tool. I'm going to show you this one too. So I'm currently in, I got to copy that. Coco. I'm going to type it in here real quick before I show you. KOKONJEKODI. Get root. Okay. So here. What's that? Okay.
I'm the last guy. They're waiting on me.
All right.
This
This is still recording, so you can watch this all back later.
Oh, okay.
So
cool.
just
All
come back later. So I'm going to stop the stream on Discord and just continue what I'm doing, and I'll talk about it along the way.
All right.
You can watch
Appreciate
it later.
man.
Yep.
Sounds good. I can't wait to get in there and do a mission.
See you later.
All right.
Bye. Okay, so it's got a terraformable water world. So we will click that little button to copy it. And then up here, we'll paste it in. Control V to paste it in. That will find it. We'll mark it and plot a route to it. It's 67 light years away from where I am, but that's fine. And I've got my route set up to scoop stars along the way. And down in this system, I gotta go back to the desktop again. Pull this up so I can pull it over here and where I can see it. I always have to arrange my screens like crazy. Alright, get this set up. And where is... I have to pull this over here. Alright, I think I've got all my screens oriented properly, which you can't see. Alright, but what it's telling me is that in HIP, I'll show you. So my route is plotted from where I'm currently at. I'm headed to here, but what this little map tells me is that along the way at HIP 12361, there are two bodies in it that if I scan it will be worth 1,000,000 credits. And in HIP 11263, which is also on the way, which is here, if I stop there and scan, that's worth about 2.7 million credits. And then eventually I'll get down to DACE, and according to my other map, my other reference, in DACE there's a terraformable water world in there, which will also be worth some money. Okay, so the idea is to try and maximize your time as much as you can. So we'll come back here, we'll get out of this, and yeah, we're gonna begin flying, but when we get to HIP 12361, we're gonna make a stop. So we're gonna point our ship. We're not gonna hang around here any longer. We go to this obscure looking system. Virby's only going to be in her little cage for another 10 minutes. She's sleeping. And what I'm going to do right now, while I scoop some fuel and top my tank off, heat went a little high, I'm holding down, in my case, my left or my right mouse button, and I'm honking the system. It's called honking the system. So my detailed or my scanner is set to my right mouse button My surface scanner is set to the left mouse button. Alright, anyway, I honked that system. There's only one body in it, which is only the star. And now I'm headed off here. Ready to jump again.
Drive charging.
And even though we're going much further, we're going to Dace, we're going to stop here. Because according to my ED Scout program,
Ready to engage.
this has got 1 million credits worth of... It's got 1 million credits worth of exploration data in it. And I might have to do everything here. Alright, I'm going to head on down. I'm going to honk the system.
Fuel scooping complete.
And I completely filled my tank. And I have now honked this system. I'm going to fly away a little bit. And I'm going to kill the engine. And I am going to look at the system map. And I'm going to go back to this map. And what we see here, we have 2 high metal content worlds. Actually, a bunch of them. We have a whole bunch of them, actually. But according to my ED Scout, only... Well, B2, 3, and 4. So this guy two, 3, and 4. 2 is worth about 900,000, 863. So 2, 3, and 4. We're going to scan those eventually. But do we know where they are? That's the trick. Have we... This is where the full spectrum scanner comes into play. So at this point, I go in here and I start scrolling down. Well, apparently they're known to us. So if I were to do, again, I don't know if I've been through this sector before or not. But I'm going to trigger the full spectrum scanner. And you see there's nothing in here for me to discover. So these have already been fully discovered. So I'm simply going to get out of this. I know this seems really weird. There's 2 unknown unknowns there. It's interesting. So I'm going to go to the system map. 2, 3, and 4 are the ones that I want to scan. And I'm going to try and maximize my routing. One, 2, 3, and 4. Is it a binary with that? 2, 3. Oh, 3 is a binary. So that'll be quick. So I only need to go to 2 and then 3, 4. They're both roughly in the same spot. 8 and 9. So we'll go from... Okay, that's how we'll do it. So again, I'm going to look at this and look at it this way. We'll just go out here first. We'll do that one first. And then we'll come back to this one. 3 and 4 are at the same location. If I really zoomed in hard, we'd see both of them. See, there's 3 and 4. But anyway, we'll get out there in a second. Okay, but right now, we gotta point ourselves at 2, and off we go. And hopefully this won't also show as having already been scanned. I don't think I've been here before. I would like to get into mining, but mining requires either a larger ship that I can fit out with an automated docking computer, or I need to learn how to do manual landings and takeoffs. I'm still a bit of a bunny with that. I like auto docking, but on this ship, in order to do mining, in order to have all the equipment needed for mining, I would have to strip out the automated docking computer, and I don't want to do that. And the other thing, you have to strip out the auto docking computer as well as the shields. And I still feel like I need both. I still run into things, and I still rely on that automated docking computer. So I'm not going to do any mining for a while until I can get a ship big enough to have the slots so that I can retain both shields and auto docking and put in all of the cargo bays, mining lasers, limpet controllers, and a refinery, and all the stuff that you need to mine properly. Okay, so over there on the right hand side, you saw that red change from out of range, and then it went red, but it said too fast. When it said too fast, I killed the engine, and that brought up the surface scanner. And so now I'm going to click to go into the surface scanning mode. And now in order to maximize my profit on this, I need to fully map this using 6 probes or less. So the first probe, I'm going to aim straight straight at the center. I'm going to let it land, and I want to see how much of a percentage it maps. And I hit it dead center, and I got 21%. And so now I'm going to come out here to the right, and you see that little, well, first of all, you see the arrow, and then you see the other little blue circle. I'm going to position this straight to the right with the broken smaller circle right at that little vertical dashed marker. And I'll put a probe right there. And what you'll see is when it maps, it should overlap just a little bit, like if the left edge of this little circle, you'll see when it comes in, I just barely touched my first circle, which is right here. So now I'm going to come out to the other side, and now I've got already in 2 probes, I've already got 40% mapped. When I hit 90%, I'm considered completely done. 3 probes. I should be able to do this with 5 probes. 3.
Surface scanned by 50.
With 3 probes, I'm already at 60%. So I'll put one down here at the bottom. Same thing, I'm aiming, putting that crosshair basically right in the center of my little circle. That brings me to 72. I'll come up here. I'm doing this much slower than I normally would do it if I was doing it by myself. Alright, now this may get me short. I may be short of 90% with this one. This is going to get me the top half, the cap. I'm at 87%. So now I need to get the back side. And what I'm going to do is in my case, I'm going to click my middle mouse button, my scroll wheel. I'm going to use a little clicker on that. And that will show me the back. And you can't really see it very well on here. But now I'm going to go up. I'm going to go straight up until I see miss. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit. I'm going to fire a probe. And that will loop out and over and trigger on the back side of the planet. And all I need is 3%. So I don't have to hit it perfectly. But because we're currently looking at the back side, it should show me where it impacts. And it impacted a little bit below center. But because I mapped that with 5 probes, I got an efficiency bonus. So I will get the maximum amount of credits in payout. And this was 12,361.2. This should be worth, I'm estimating, 928,000 credits. So I'll get out of this and we'll go back. Now we need to fly to 3 and 4. And 4 is just a little bit closer. So we'll lock that destination in. And we'll point ourselves at it. And I'm not going to begin flying until I know I'm not going to accelerate straight into the planet I just mapped. Alright. So 3 and 4 are over here. I can go a little faster, 1,000 light seconds. Space, the final frontier. Oh, there's a little message that says Virby could come out of her cage if she wanted to, but she's taking a nap. I'm just going to leave her in there. As long as she's happy and napping. Actually, she's sitting up. She heard her alarm, I think. We're down to about 450 light seconds, so we're getting close. And these two will be easy because they're very close together. They're only just a fraction of a light second apart. I should be able to just switch from one to the other without really having to fly. I should be almost close enough once I target this first one to see the other one and target it almost immediately. One of the things that I discovered flying into these, that info panel in the upper right part of the screen, I hadn't really noticed it before, but occasionally it will flash impact, impact, impact. And that's a good alert to maybe change your direction a little bit. You'll see that with planets, and you'll see that with objects. like other starships. Alright, we're down to 6 light seconds. 5 now. I'm coming in at a nice little speed, a comfortable little speed. And these blue circles basically are, I think, radius circles. It indicates 1,000 times the radius of the object, the planet, or the body that you're coming toward. That's all they need. That's all they mean. Then they disappear. Alright, we're getting closer and closer. Now again, bottom right part of the screen, surface scanner says out of range in red. As soon as that message changes, I'm going to hit the brakes. Out of range, out of range. Out of range. And usually it's about 0.2, 0.3 out of range. This is out of range of my probes. My probes won't go far enough. And they're too fast. So I let it drift in a little bit after it says too fast. But now I can trigger my surface scanner. Again, 6 probes. So I'm going to do this one in my normal fashion. One there. One there. And I'm just going to monitor to see the overlap on this. Not sure which view I'm looking at. Alright, there's the front view. I'll get this one done in 5. There's 2. 3. 4. And 5. And I'm looking for 90%.
Surface scanned by 50%.
There's the bottom. And the top one should get me past 90. Ah, it didn't. I need 1 more percent. Alright, so I'm going to go right about there. I need 1%. And we'll toggle to the back view so we can see where that impacts. There it is. A little bit. That was a little bit below center, but perfect. And I got my efficiency bonus. So now I'm going to look up here. I'm going to target that guy with a T key. And now I'm going to begin flying toward that one. And we're out of range, so 1.5 light seconds, so it shouldn't take too long. So we did 4, and now we've done 2 and 3. Oh, and I'm not going to get paid as much as I thought, because it doesn't include a full system scan. But I'm still going to get 150,000, 160,000 credits for these two. I'll show you this in a second. I'll drag that screen over here. Show you what the ED Scout program is telling me now. Had this system required a full spectrum scan, I would have gotten full price. But all I'm doing in this case is a detailed surface scan. I haven't quite figured out yet when. I don't know. Out of range, out of range, out of range. Too fast. Okay, cool. And now we pull up our surface scanner. 6 probes. 6 probes for the efficiency bonus. I'm actually pulling this out just a hair farther than I normally do. So there's 5 probes. See if I can get this in 5.
Surface scanned by 50%.
We got it.
Scan complete.
We got it in 5. Okay. So I'm gonna get out of this, and we're done here. And what I'm gonna show you is on my ED Scout program. This is a system I'm in, HIP 12361. This is what I was looking at if I had been able to do a full spectrum scan of this system and locate all the bodies in here. I forget how many there were. And then do a detailed surface scan of just these 3. It would have been worth 2.7 million. So there's 18 million, another 9. There's the 2.7. But because I wasn't required to do the detailed the full spectrum scan, I'm only going to get 150, 160. But that's still 300, 400, 460,000, close to 500,000 credits just for that short little bit of work there. All right. So from here, now because I'm done with that, from here now, I go back to my, and there's nothing in here that's unexplored, I don't think. I'm just going to make sure. All right. Point myself up this way. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my galaxy map, and I am going to continue on my journey. Let's see. Back. Waypoint ICZGLYC13. Okay. So where is that? All right, still got that targeted. So there it is. So I am going to select that, and now that continues me, I believe, on my way to, well, we'll just see. We'll just see. I think this, yes, 8 jumps. So you see there, up there, the system is telling me where I am. My next jump is the waypoint, and the destination is Dace. So I am good to go. So let's point ourselves at our target. This goes faster. This goes faster with time. And I'm absolutely golden on fuel, so let's get out of here.
Drive charging.
And every time you go past a star, you honk it, basically. And that's to gather data, and you even get paid for that. So on a long journey, even if you didn't do the full spectrum scan, even if you didn't do a detailed surface scan of anything, you honk the system like this.
System scan complete.
And this is worthless. There's only 2 bodies in here, couple of 3 belt clusters, and a TTS, which isn't really worth anything. I'm not sure, I forget offhand what TTS stands for. Alright, so we're going to jump on.
Frameshift drive charging.
5 light year jump. So So the little ED Scout, little ED Scout on the side gives me information about what I just honked and what's in that system, and if it's worth, you know, stopping and doing anything extra. If it's worth the time and money. But you always honk.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Now, there are 6 systems. There's 6 things in here. I'm just going to point myself at this guy and kill my engine. I want to see what's in here. There's an Earth-like world in here, and a water world, and another water world. But they've already been... My full spectrum scan won't... So I am... This is HIP 11263. Yeah, detailed map value would be worth 2.7 million, but that's a long way away. It's really not worth driving down there. If I can't do a full spectrum scan, which I can't, if I trigger that right now, see, there's nothing to discover in here. That water world would be worth a lot of money if I had to scan it. But everything in here is already known, so I'm not going to stop. Not going to stop, and we're going to jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's because we're pretty much in populated space. Everybody has done this, been there, done that kind of thing.
4, 3, 2.
Hopefully I can pass through something that needs to be scanned. So you can watch that process. That process is fun. Alright, now we'll honk.
Fuel scooping.
21 bodies in here. I'm going to fly away from the star a little bit. Kill my engine. And look at the system map. This is a good one. You see, all this says unexplored, 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 unexplored. Unfortunately, it's got some... We don't know for sure what these are. But at least you'll get to see what the full spectrum scanner business is all about. So the way I do this, I found you can just go into the full spectrum scanner right now and, you know, start searching around for things. Well, I actually found a couple of things real fast. A couple of high metal content worlds, you know. But this is a long, difficult way to do it. The more efficient way to do it, the most efficient way to do it, is to go in the system map, go all the way to the top, that Matukai, that's the system I'm in. And I'm going to go down until I see an unexplored region. And I'm going to lock that as a target. And then I'm going to come out of this, I'm going to point myself at it, which is right there. Somebody just jumped into the system. And now I'll fire up my full spectrum scanner. And see these waveforms down here? I'm looking for stuff in here. Alright. I've now discovered There's a high metal content. I'm going to back out. There's another one. Oh, there's two in here. Another high metal content. Another high metal content. And I'm not getting anything more. Nope, I'm not getting any more pointers. But here's the trick. Because there are still waveforms down there, there's more stuff to discover. Now, I'll back out of this. And now it says not unexplored anymore. It says something, say the name of the system. And that means that there's nothing left in there to explore. So I'll come back and I'll toggle down in here until I find the next unexplored area. And I'll lock that in. And I'll find it and point myself at it. This is just much more efficient for doing full spectrum scans. Because it gets you closer to where you should be looking. Otherwise, you're going to spend all that time kind of searching all over everything, and it'll take a long time. Well, it'll take longer. And now what I'll do is I'm going to lock in on the frequency. And it's very quick. It's actually very quick. Now this is something else in one of the other frequencies. And those little arrows tell me there's something nearby. Another high metal content. And there's no more arrows. No more arrows in here pointing at anything. So I suspect that when I back out, yep, oh no, it's still unexplored. So there's still something in there to find. Something in this category. There it is. There's more than one. These are high metal contents. These are worth some bucks. I'm just going to back out. Ah, there's something. Another high metal content. Back out a little bit more. We're in high metal content territory here. And I'm not getting any more pointers. Ah, I am. Another high metal content body. And odds are pretty good. These are nothing. These are transient signal sources. So odds are pretty good. I've discovered everything in this sector now. And I have. So now I will go back to my map and I'll scroll down till I find another unexplored region. Lock it in. Point at it. There it is. Go back into the FSS. And I want to have my filter in the general area because high metal content. I'm not getting any more pointers, so I'll back out a little more. There's another one. Another one. And I have 18. I still have 3 more to find. And I don't think they're going to be in here, so I'm going to back out of this again. Sure enough, it doesn't say unexplored anymore. So there's got to be one more at least. Unexplored. We'll target that. We'll come, well, let's see, we'll find it, point at it. Go in our FSS. There he is. Sounds like a rocky body. You can, after a while, you learn to tell the sound. And we only have one more object to find. And I don't think it's going to be... I have a feeling... Yep, it's not in that section. So there's going to be one more unexplored... Oh, what did I miss? Oh, phooey, what did I miss? Oh, buggers, I missed something. I've explored them all, but I missed something. I have to find this the hard way now. So, it's here. Is it going to be behind the frickin' star? There it is. We found it the hard way.
System scan complete.
There. So now everything is scanned. And so now, when I look at the system map, we'll know exactly where these guys are. And this is all interesting data, but in order to make any money off of this, I'll show you. Pull this in. I would have to scan everything in here, and I'd still only net 713,000. It's really not worth the time, given that you can find, $1 million systems at a crack, to fly out and do all these $50,000 and $60,000 scans. By the time you fly out, slow down, stop, surface scan, fly away, do the next one, it takes too long. So I'm not going to bother with it. I am going to head off to my next waypoint. ICZ. PC. That's the wrong one. Let's do it this way. That's my guy. Target him. Go back. And we will be on our way again. We'll get some money for that full spectrum scan of the system. It's not going to be a lot, but we'll get something.
Drive charging.
But it's not worth flying in there and doing any detailed surface mapping. But the key is, the real key of this is every time you fly through a system, have your scanner up and ready. Have your scanner up and ready and honk. Alright? Until you get that.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Until it tells you how many bodies are in the system. And then you can take a quick look. And this is pretty useless by the look of it. Two stars, few planets, a big gas giant by the look of it. Yeah, there's nothing of value here. So we will continue on.
Frameshift drive charging.
4 more jumps to my destination. I don't think this system is going to have anything useful either. Honk. Remember to honk.
Fuel scooping
3 bodies.
complete. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, we got a full tank of gas. No, the system isn't worth anything. Let's see, where do I have to go here? I'm gonna fly away. I don't want to fly back into the planet. Or back into the star, rather.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, HIP 9741. 3 more jumps.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, we didn't need much. Honk. Ooh, 21 bodies. Alright, let's look at this guy. I'm gonna cut my speed. Let's look at this guy. Ooh. High metal content. This has all been it's all been discovered already. If I hit my FSS, see, there's no waveforms down here. There's nothing to discover, and wouldn't be worth much anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think once we get to our destination, 2 more jumps, we're gonna let Virby out of the cage. She's being such a good kitty back there. Honk.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
20 bodies. Let's get out here a ways. Interesting. Interesting. But there's nothing here. There's nothing here. And there's our destination.
Frameshift drive charging.
But again, even though we don't go in and do any full spectrum or any detail scanning, we'll still pick up a few bucks for honking it. Now in Dace, there is a terraformable water world. Gonna honk it.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Full tank of gas. I'm gonna fly away from the planet or the star for a while. I keep calling it planet. Alright, we'll get out here a little ways and we'll cut the throttle and we'll go over here and look at the system map. Oh, 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 this is so good. This is so good. It's so good because it says unexplored. And one of these is a terraformable water world. Okay, so you get to see the full Monty here. So, okay, so I come over here, go to the top of the list, and we look at unexplored. We lock that in and fire up our spectrum scanner. And we start looking around. Start looking around until... Oh, this is why I messed up. Okay. So we need to point at the region. If we're not pointing in the right part of the sky, we're never going to see anything. Okay, now we are. And now we position our spectrum over a waveform and then just follow the arrows. We need to find 10 things in here. High metal content. We're in the water world's territory. There's our water world. And I don't think there's going to be anything else in here. This one, these are useless. Don't scan these. Don't even bother, because these are transient signal sources. This is the Ed Sullivan Show from Earth in 1953. You know, I mean, it's stuff like that. The stuff that you want to concentrate are in, and it'll tell you on the lower right part of the screen that this part of the spectrum is all transient signal sources, concentrated signal sources. This area is asteroid clusters. Metal-rich bodies are found in here. High metal content bodies, rocky bodies, icy bodies, rocky ice worlds. Earth-like worlds are in this part of the spectrum. Ammonia worlds, which are worth a lot of money to scan. Water worlds, gas giants. And the rest of it's all gas giants. Okay, so if I back out of this now, I've now discovered everything in there. So I need to go down to my next unexplored region. Point at it. I'm just going to go through it now without a lot of narration. I'm just going to do it. Alright, we've got it all now. And so now, what's the big prize here? The Water World, number 1. That's the big prize. That should be worth 1,000,000 credits. And there it is. There's our Water World. That's the only thing worth scanning here. 1,000,000 credits. So that's where we're going. Alright, off we go. And I sure hope to get it with the efficiency bonus. The problem, the potential problem with this is this orbit is very close to the main star. And what I've learned is that planetary bodies that are close to the main star obviously are moving very fast. And they'll move. When you get up close to them, they're going to be moving really fast. And you can actually miss with the probe. So you almost have to lead them a little bit. Going way too fast. I'm excited. Big payday here. I have not yet been anywhere that nobody has been before, because I haven't ventured too far out of the populated bubble. I have been outside the bubble, but it was probably, maybe it was a little too soon for me to be doing that. And again, I'm watching my red area, surface scanner out of range. When that changes to too fast, I kill the motor. Too fast, there it is. I drift in a little bit. Kill the motor right there. Fire up my detailed scanner. And let's nail this puppy. I have 6 chances. There's 1. Let's see how far out it reaches. All right. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Surface scanned by 50%.
That's 76. 80. Ah, I got it with 5.
Scan complete.
I got it with 5. I didn't even have to shoot around the back. And that should be some good coin right there. That should be some good coin. And now I'm just going to fly down here to Elmore Escape. 567. Park it. And we'll take Virby out of her little Virby jail. We'll film that and we'll stop the recording. And I actually, at that point, we'll go take a break, get something to eat. Now, Elmore Escape, this is the other thing that I do. I'm going to kill the engine right here. This is the other thing that I've learned to do. This is a high metal content world. This is number 2. Scanning it will be another 59,000. So I'm already going here. This won't be very far away. So before I go into the station, I'm going to stop and scan that for another 59,000 credits. I mean, it only makes sense. So, I believe this is days 2. Yeah. So I'm going to target that. And I'm going to fly at that instead. And then once I've got it scanned, I'll be right next to the station. I can just fly into the station. But it doesn't make sense. I'm right here. It's a high metal content body worth, 69,000 credits. If I scan it, if I detail map it, why not do it? Tack it onto my estimated 1,095,863,000, and we'll check that number against the actual values when we do get into the station. This should be worth 59,250 something. This little ED Scout program is really handy. Really handy. Now, I'm not making anywhere near the money that mining would make. I mean, mining would make, in an hour, could make, 15 to 20 million credits. But I can make upwards, if I'm efficient with this, I can make upwards of 10 million credits an hour doing this.
scanned by 50%.
Ah, I left it at 89%. See how close to the middle I can get. Ooh,
Surface scan complete.
I got it, but it wasn't very good. All right then. Where's my station? There you are. There we are at 7.5. Kill the engines. Whoops. S for docking.
Docking request granted.
And in we go.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
All right. And we'll see now how close we come to what was predicted. We're currently at the DACE system. And ED Scout was predicting 1095863, and we surface mapped it for 1095860. In 2, high metal content, 59,251, 59,251. Days 3. Oh, we only got 14,000 for that. And this is because we didn't detail map it. And for the rest of them, just for finding them, identifying them with the full spectrum scan, we got 500 apiece for that. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 3,000 for that. And for the star itself, 101,000. So that's how that tool works. Again, this is why I went here, because I'm using this ED Tools application and the Road to Riches, and I started from that system and I asked for a route. And so now I know I've been here. Actually, I'm going to probably check off a few more of these. ICZRKW. Is that in here? RXUB21. Don't see it. Let's see if Joku, Kpong, any of those are in here. I don't think they are. Anyway, I have 3 million credits available to sell. 1 million right here. I want to see for sure where I'm at in the galaxy. I'm going to look at the galaxy map. Let's see where we are. Power play wise. Are we down outside the bubble? We are. We are in uncontrolled space. But this is data for Aisling Duval. So I do want to take my data back. I do want to take my data back to Aisling. And she's in the blue. Oh, this is interesting. So again, once again, we have traveled outside of normally populated space. Ah, that's not bad. 77. I think rather than, let's see where this would take us. Coot. Oh, it's not far. That's not bad. That'll keep us in the neighborhood. I will plot that as my destination. We'll plot a route there. 81.5 light years. And you can see on this little dash line, this is kind of where I've been today, what I've been doing today. I'll do a little more exploring down this neck of the woods down here. Stay outside the bubble. Outside of the warring factions for a while. And we'll continue our quest for learning. That's what we'll be about. But for now, we are going to get our pussycat out of her little jail. Let's do that. Let's turn on Virby cam. She's sleeping. Virby? Virby, would you like to come out of jail, Virby? Huh? Would you like to come out? Huh? Hello. 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 You feeling better? Huh? Does your foot feel better, Virby? Huh? Huh? Well, come outside? Huh? Come outside? Go, come outside, jump down? Here. Let me help you. Hang on. I don't want you jumping and landing on a sore foot. Huh? Come on. Come on, you. Here. Davey's going to walk in front of the camera. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You want to come outside? Or you want to just jump on the chair by yourself? Huh? How you want to do this? How you want to do this, Verbs? Oh, you're so scared. Oh, you're so scared. Oh, that's my cutie. Huh? You feeling better? Hmm? Feeling better? Verbs? Huh? Go for a little walk? Huh? Are you gonna go for a little walk? Time to get some food? Gotta go to the bathroom? Huh? Verbs. Verbs. There she goes. There she goes. He's off on an adventure. And with that, I will end this little video. And we'll be back sometime soon. See y'all.